It's been a while since I last done a Kaido video. The last time was when I guessed he might have eaten a Godzilla fruit. Those were the days when theories were more relaxing to make. In this video is to explore Momotaro no Monogatari, translated as Momotaro's Adventure, as a possible source of inspiration for One Piece and of course Kaido. Here I'll try to explain how Oda has used it in the manga and might still be using it as inspiration for the characters and certain events. I also have a special guest, legendary anime, who will be putting his final analysis on what creature is Kaido. New species do exist in One Piece, and this auction list proves that other species do exist, so this creature, which is Kaido, exists. When we first saw Kaido in the manga, it looks to be 5 to 6 times bigger than normal humans, but when we saw it in the anime, Kaido is at least 20 times taller than Kid. First, I'll be talking about the Japanese fairy tale Momotaro the Peach Boy. Momotaro's story is one of the most known Japanese fairy tales. Momotaro, literally Peach Boy, is a boy who came to Earth inside a giant peach. The peach was found floating on the river by a bunch of elderly people. While the woman is doing her laundry on the river, she notices the peach. When her and her husband try to eat it, they discover the child inside. They decide to adopt him since they didn't have any children and named him Momotaro. Yes, this other character is none other than Momonosuke. For starters, he literally has Momo, means peach, in his name. I don't see how it can be more obvious. Also, when Jorah used her powers on him, his head gained the shape of a peach. Time went by and a grown Momotaro decides to fight a band of raiding Onis on an island called Oni Island. On his journey, he meets a dog, a monkey, a peasant, who agreed to help him in his quest. At the island, he and his friends managed to beat the Oni and they plundered their treasure. From then on, and his family lived comfortably. Well, it should be obvious by now that Oda used his story as the primary source of inspiration for the Marine Admiral's codenames. In Zou, we see Jack getting officially introduced as one of the 3 calamities in Kaido's crew. The word calamity is very interesting since yokai can be read as calamity. Oni are yokai in the Japanese folklore. Credits to Rogers Base for introducing the Oni theory to YouTube.
Bye-bye!
Onis are kind of yokai from Japanese folklore. Various translate as demons, devils, ogres, or trolls. They are popular characters in Japanese art, literature, and theatre. Depictions of Onis vary widely, but usually portray them as hideous, gigantic ogre-like creatures with sharp claws, wild hair, and 2 long horns growing from their heads. They are often depicted wearing tiger skin loincloths and carrying iron clubs. So Kaido has wild hair, 2 horns, and even a loincloth, and it was confirmed that he wields a club. There is also the strength since Kaido is the strongest creature alive. And we know that Kaido cannot be killed no matter what he tries, so that also fits with the Oni. When we were first introduced to Kaido, we were shown his home. It greatly resembles Oni Island. Don't forget to click like if you are enjoying this. Dragons in Japan aren't regarded as evil. They're even said to bring luck or are regarded as kami, to which Japanese pray to have, but Onis are evil. So yes, Kaido represents an Oni, but is not necessarily one. Credits to One World HD for my next part of the theory, because through the tattoos it does represent the Smile Devil Fruit. As I mentioned last year, the Smile Devil Fruits are more unique than the normal Zone Devil Fruit, where it not only alters your appearances, but also makes animal body parts appear where it should not, like the head of an animal is appearing on their arms instead of just on their head. I believe that Kaido has eaten a Smile Devil Fruit, and that version is perfect version of Momo's Dragon Fruit. But this power of Kaido does now make it linked to something else. There is something interesting at the beginning of One Piece. and I believe we already saw Kaido's power. In episode 3, when Captain Morgan was talking about devil fruits, he said there are devil fruits who can create tsunamis and breathe fire. Well, the one who can create tsunamis is Whitebeard, so the one who can breathe fire must be Kaido. If that is Kaido, the devil fruit should be connected to fire, leading an army of zone devil fruit users. I think he has a zone type as well. This means that he has either the zone type devil fruit model dragon or typhon, since only they can breathe fire, and since he's called 100 beasts, it could be a dragon with 100 heads. But what if I told you Kaido did not eat any devil fruits, but has the power of the devil fruit? I will share that in a bit with my special guests. Now on to the appearance of Kaido. I looked at different Japanese yokai and tried to see any more resemblances. Like I said in my previous video, Kaido looks similar to the Ox King. But then I found out that he looks like another. He looks like King Yama from Dragon Ball is the boss of all ogres who judge the dead. A line of souls leads to his office where he decides whether a soul goes to heaven or hell. And also King Enma from Yu Yu Hakusho. I do not want to talk about these anime's version of these characters, who they are based off, and that is Enma. Enma is the god of hell in the Buddhist religion. He is often called Yama. He is the god who judges whether the souls of the people go to hell or heaven. The appearances of Enma is really scary. Enma is always shown wearing Chinese traditional clothes from the Song era. He has a square crown on his head and a mace in his right hand. His eyes are open and he looks angry. However, in other countries and at different times in history, Enma is pictured differently. For example, in old pictures from India, Enma is riding a water buffalo. Enma is well built with thick arms and very big chest. His looks are really scary because of his appearance. It is easy to understand why people fear Enma. Can you imagine Kaido riding the water buffalo like Uzi? Please let me know your comments on this. And finally, my special guest, legendary anime.
Since Kaido's first appearance, we've wondered what powers he has and what race he is. From his title, Kaido, King of the Beasts, and the fact he's stated as the strongest creature alive, I have came to this conclusion. Kaido is not a man, he isn't even human, or any of the species that have been listed in the One Piece world. He is of a rare and ancient species, so rare, time has almost forgotten it. Firstly, it's not a race called Horned People. If there was such a race, they would be included on that list. This can be argued that Kaido is the leader of the race, and therefore Dofi, being the head of the human auction house, didn't include the race for fear of Kaido targeting the business. But this then can be countered by the fact that Kaido is known as a creature, so it implies he isn't human. The human auction house auctions off humans or humanoid beings such as fishmen, minks and giants. Though these beings are not human, they are close to being human, as you can get. Even minks have human-like traits and are referred to as people, not animals. So this then begs the question, what race is Kaido? Given his massive size, look and strength, it is a really hard question to answer. Even though he looks like a man or even a giant, he is not. The clues lie with Jack, who too is of the same race as Kaido. Many have speculated that Jack is part of a full or part fishman. Due to his horns and his teeth, the fact he's still conscious while in the sea after eating a devil fruit leads people to believe he is a fishman. But being a fishman doesn't save you from the curse of the devil fruit. This is proven by Vander Decken. Decken is also a fishman and had eaten a devil fruit. Still a slave to the devil fruit curse. So not even fishmen can get around the effects. So how is Jack still conscious? Also, how is Kaido able to swim? What makes them different from any other species of the One Piece world? Well, it's simple. The fact they can go into the sea without fear of dying, and there is only one species that I believe can do this. They are none other than the true sea devils. We all know by now that devil fruits have the souls of sea devils within them, and the devil fruits are the reincarnation of sea devils, as stated by Shanks. This is a legend, but all legends are based around some truth, and who would know better about ancient legends than members of Gold D. Rogers' crew, the only crew to learn the true history and the secrets of the world. Dr. Vegapunk also knows the secrets of devil fruits, and he has a part to play in all of this. So we have focused so much on Vegapunk's research to make devil fruits, and yet we didn't consider he must have to do in order to make the artificial devil fruits. Let's say he knows the sea devil's souls are the source of the devil fruit powers. How would he recreate that power without the sea devil's soul? He would have to take a soul from a devil fruit in order to make an artificial devil fruit, or use a real-life sea devil soul. Vegapunk may have created Kaido and Jack. After all, he managed to create real dragons, so it's a possibility. However, the closest they have come to creating sea devils was Oz and Oz Jr. I believe the reason the government wanted to capture Kaido was so Vegapunk could study him and unlock the secrets of devil fruit sea devils. Something to also take note of is the fact that when Master Negamoshi stated to Jack that he, Jack, had the ancient Zozo no Mi, Jack didn't reply. Normally, every devil fruit user states that they have eaten whatever type of devil fruit they have eaten. Yet he changed the subject back to the warriors of Zo. Why didn't he confirm he'd eaten the devil fruit? Well, this could be the biggest clue of all. If Kaido and Jack are indeed sea devils, then they wouldn't need to eat a devil fruit, as they would already be the devil fruit, but in its true form. This could also explain how they survive in the sea, as the name suggests, sea devils would come from the sea, which then suggests it's their natural environment. The reason for devil fruit curse is the devil fruits themselves, but doesn't mean real sea devils would be subject to the curse. Thanks for listening. This is Legendary Anime, coming to you from Flying Panda TV.
Thank you for that, legend. It does make you think that sea devils are here in One Piece. To end off, back to Peach Boy. Look like there's more and more evidence to support this theory. Things are getting more clearer now. In this case, Momosuke is supposedly to be Momotaro, and he is accompanied by 3 animals, represented in the One Piece manga by 1. Inuarashi, who is representing the dog. Although Nekomamushi is also helping, we have to remember that Inuarashi is the Duke and is the official ruler of Momodukem, but he decides to share his power with Nekomamushi. Because they need to protect Zou, so it's officially Duke Inuarashis who joined the alliance in order to stop Kaido and the Shogun. 2. Monkey D. Luffy, representing the monkey. This one is fairly simple, and as expected, Luffy agreed to help Momo. And finally, Phoenix Marco, representing the pheasant. Marco could very well represent the pheasant for Momotaro's tale. His theme is a bird, and is even close to the other one that the Kozuki clan have on their chests. All 3 will be joining in the effort to take down Kaido and the Shogun to free Wano. What do you think? Leave your comments down below. Thanks for watching. Leave a like and subscribe if you haven't.
Thanks for listening. This is Legendary Anime, coming to you from Flying Panda TV. Feel free to stop by my channel, check out my videos, and also don't forget to subscribe for more theories. Listening. This is Legendary.